Yeah. Budu Saranai, let, uh, let me welcome our Venerable Katugastota Uparatana Nayaka Thero, who will be delivering the Dhamma talk today. I think it's morning there, but it's evening in Sri Lanka. Bhante is based in USA. Uh, our members of the committee and also our special invitees, we have Mr. Deepal Suryarachi and Dr. Sumana Ratnayaka, and of course, Ru and Don Ratnayaka from the US who are here with us, and all our Dhamma friends. Uh, Let me welcome all of you to the International Dhamma program that we are conducting on this Poya Day, which I think is the last Poya of the year, and we are the Unduvap full moon Poya Day, which is the last Poya of the year. And I know that it is a long weekend. Many of them have gone out, but today I'm very happy to welcome all our Dhamma friends. So today our international Dhamma program, it's on the Unduvap full moon Poya Day, which is of special significance to Sri Lanka. One, of course, is the visit of Sanghamitta Terini with the Sri Mahabodhi, which is there in Anuradhapura, the Bo plant, which was, I think, one of the most important things that has happened. And today, a lot of people are in Anuradhapura worshipping the Sri Mahabodhi. Then, of course, we also are very today that there are our Poya Day, a very fitting topic that we are having on the meditation in loving friendliness. And we have with us Bhante Katugastota Uparatana Nayaka Thero, who is the chief abbot of the Maryland Buddhist Vihara in USA. I must thank Mr. Deepal Suryarachi, who's been with us from the beginning, for arranging the Bhante, the Nayaka Thero, to deliver this Dhamma talk today. So I will now invite Mr. Deepal Suryarachi to briefly say a few words about our Bhante, who has been very known to him for a long period of time. He is, of course, someone who's being preaching and currently involved in a lot of the Buddhist activities in the USA. So over to you, Deepal.
Thank you, Professor. Venerable Sir, the distinguished members of the panel and dear friends in Dhamma, on this very special occasion of the last full moon of the calendar year, I consider it a very special privilege being able to present our Dhamma teacher to you today. Venerable Katugastota Uparatana Nayaka Thero is no stranger to the international Theravada Buddhist audiences, as he has been in Dhammaduta service now for more than 4 decades, and he is the chief judicial Sanghanayaka of USA. Hailing from Kurunegala district and alumnus of University of Kelaniya, Venerable Thero started his Dhammaduta service in the USA as the only pupil of Most Venerable Henepula Gunaratana Nayaka Thero in 1981, if I am correct. Venerable Uparatana Thero first spent his time at Washington Buddhist Vihara before establishing the Maryland Buddhist Vihara in Wheaton, a vibrant Theravada center that serves expat Sri Lankans as well as the many Westerners in the area. He was also instrumental in starting 2 other Theravada centers in Texas, USA. His pioneering efforts resulted in taking Vesak celebrations to the White House, and he conducted the first such event in 2021, and now continues with the participation of different Theravada Buddhists annually. He is the advisor on Buddhist meditation at the University of Washington and has been an advisor on Oriental cultures at the State Department in Washington. He has been a regular key participant of the annual Tripitaka chanting at Buddha Gaya, an important activity started 17 years ago And I think he has taken part over 10 times in that meritorious deed. He has been recognized even by the USA government, presenting a lifetime award for his continuous community service purely through metta. I personally had the opportunity of experiencing his kindness on my numerous visits to the USA. His words are full of metta, so does his actions. In every encounter, you are touched by his loving friendliness. He is most suitable to deliver a discourse on loving friendliness, which is his very life. And I'm sure we will be inspired to live a life of loving friendliness, a quality so badly needed in the world that is falling apart with hatred. With that little introduction, may I respectfully invite Bhante to lead the proceedings.
Venerable Thero, we can recite the 5 precepts and then commence the Dhamma talk. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Say Namo Tassa, everyone, please.
Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Saranam Gacchami.
Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Yampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Yampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Yampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Yampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Yampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Yampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Saranagamaṇaṃ sampunnaṃ. Pānāti pātā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi.
Pānāti-pātā vēramaṇī sikkāpadam samādhiyāmi.
Adinnādānā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi.
Adinnādānā vēramaṇī sikkāpadam samādhiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkāpadam samādhiyāmi.
Musāvādā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi.
Kāmesu vēramaṇī sikkāpadam samādhiyāmi.
Surāmēraya majjapamā daṭṭhānā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi.
Surāmēraya majjapamā daṭṭhānā vēramaṇī sikkāpadam samādhiyāmi.
Tisarnēna saddhiṃ pañcasīlaṃ dhammaṃ sādhukaṃ surakkhitāṃ kattvā apamādena sampādēt.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Now you already taken the Panchasila. Now time for the Dhamma talk. Thank you very much. You all organizing today the full moon day, and Dr. Lakshman Vatapala and Dr. Professor Lakshman Watapal and Dr. Deepal Suryarachi and rest of the other panelists, and together we are going to have this full moon day about talking about very important topic about the loving kindness meditation. And now we are starting our Dhamma talk. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mettaya bhikkhave ceto vimuttiya sevitaya bhavitaya bahuli kataya yani kataya vattu kataya anuttitaya paricitaya susamaradhaya ime eka dasani sansapati kankati. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are preparing for the about Buddha's great sermon about loving kindness sutta, metta sutta, regarding that, and we are going to talk about very important every time, every day, morning, evening, daytime, whenever get sick, all the time, whenever get scary, all the time, we are chanting Karaniya Metta Sutta. That's a very habitually we do it all the time. Happy moment, unhappy moment, whatever the time, we usually, habitually, culturally, we do it. That's the most of they are chanting that sutta, but they don't follow what the inside they what have it. So today we're going to talk both sides, and it's very important to have when with the Theravada tradition, we're chanting the simple any event for the Mangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Karaniya Sutta, all that three suttas, and always may the Theravada traditional, the monks are reciting for the blessing upon everyone. So, and that is the kind of power, the listen to the chant in the Dhamma, that's a spiritual power, and same time it's a kind of a meditation, concentrating our mind. Beyond that, there's a kind of specific things we have to discuss about the Buddha's teaching over there. Then called Karaniya Sutta, Karaniya Matta Kusalena Yantan Santam Padang Abhisameccha. So there's a specific items, specific preparation we have to do it our life to success in order to Karaniya Sutta. Not only chanting itself, but they have to contain very important things. The number one called Sakko, skillful, ability, do something, how to do it, that kind of specific skillful things called Sakko. That's very important in our life, as either lay life or monkhood, or spiritual life. Either way, that effort, that kind of ability, very important. Then other thing, ujucha, it's someone who work straight or honest, and as a word they mention, there's that stay what they promise, that's kind of thing. Sujucha, more than straight, more honest things, because normally, generally, the people, they have the kind of things we call for agati, that call someone go over that kind of thing. Chanda, dosa, bhaya, moha. Someone who having the favor kind of thing. That way, someone, they change their attitude, and they, because this is my relative, this is my friend, this is my friend's friend, and he's my helper. But that way they change the the things. That is not right. That's a Buddhistic way. Someone have to be straightforward. So someone had the anger. This is the biggest problem in the existing this world today. Those anger, someone who acting with anger inside, their attitude, their action is a kind of negative side, kind of problematic way. So that's why the someone who having that kind of background, that is difficult to maintain. And then next called bhaya. Bhaya is scariness, or because scared to do something, or for their life, threatening, or anything can be happen. They change their word. This is also other thing is moha. Moha means someone who having the kind of defilement and collapse, all kind of way, that called moha, something mix up their things, and they do whatever like a nonsense way. So however, person have to be straightforward, and that kind of attitude also according to the beginning of the preparation for the someone who have the suitable their life. The mudu is a softness, someone who having the uh, uh, spoken word and attitude, physically, mentally, all that. Some people attitude is like arrogant. Some people they angry action. That's kind of thing, and we have to be aware. Mudu is a very soft action and working, that also very good to practice our life to be the successful life. Other number 6 called anatimani. The many people, they had a very grumpy, or they're thinking, I'm educated, I'm a wealthiest family, I have everything, I don't want to be second to anyone. That kind of attitude. Someone who having that's a bad attitude, someone who having the anatiman is very humble and very peaceful life, that called anatimani. Other thing is santusaka. Many people, everything they have it, but they are not happy. So someone who having enjoying whatever they have it, whatever they available, whatever they receive it, they have to be happy. That kind of life is very important to our life. So that's a good attitude, our life to be success their life. So super, especially this is good for the parents, good for the holiness of the monks, and whatever they some people, how much you support and help, they never ever get happiness. So they're difficult to treat them, they never satisfy. So that attitude we have to change. We have to be, whatever you receive it, you have to be satisfied. Especially the monk, whenever they given the 4 requirements, chivara, pindapata, senas, and gilana pacha, all that things offer into the community of the sangha, or monk itself, or the monastic life, they have to be happy whatever they offer, whatever they receive it. And some, even though sometimes the children giving to the parents enormous things, the parents are not sometimes not happy mood. So that's kind of problem of society they have today. So someone should have to be easy to treat, easy to take care of them. So that kind of subhara is a very important thing about the Karanimit Sutta, the teaching. Upper kitchen, that's the biggest problem today. All the time, I'm very busy, I'm very so many things I come to my mind, take care to myself. They don't have enough time for the 24 hours is not enough to there to take care of the success their life, their day. So that much enormous things, so many things they are holding to do the day, or they are expecting do so many things. So someone, especially monks, they're saying, okay, I'm building the temple, I'm building the pagoda, I'm taking care of the such and such and thing, social work, all kind of things going on. So monks have to be simple and reliable, and have to be easy, and not so many things to overloading to their work activities. So as well as for the layperson also, they can have simple life, and whatever they can manageable, whatever they can able to maintain, that kind of things is better to have the simple life that called upper kitchen. Salla ukavutti, living simple and easygoing life called Salla ukavutti. And other thing is called number 11 called Santindriya. Very simple, very humble, and there are 5 of the senses where they're walking, standing, eating, talking, sleeping, whatever they do with the very good behavior, very good protect, and according to the principles, they're trying to live it mindfully, the mindful attitude that called Santindriya. Whatever, what you watch, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, whatever, all that 5 senses, faculties, whatever you get it, have to be mindfully maintained. That called Santindriya. Someone who, especially for the monkhood, the important monks who running around, talking very the for an inappropriate way, that kind of thing called without Santindriya, but someone had a very behavior, all that things. So Nipako mean someone who according to the situation, someone have to wise enough to act, that kind of thing called Nipaka, and not for the acting the fool, but have to be wisely take a right decision for the right time. Appagabo, some they have a very strong attitude. I never change my attitude, which is because this is the thing, and for my tradition, this is a thing for my parent, this is a things for my system. So that kind of attitude, some people, they never change. So that also stay in strong ideas or thoughts. That's so difficult to maintain their life. So they have to be adjustable, the adjustable life, and according to the, as a ruler, as a leader, they have to be the great attitude for the changeable or adjustable situation. So kulesu ananugedo, that's another one that's important for the monkhood, and someone who treating, because villages are supporting for their requirements, the monks surviving with them, the monks have to treat them back according to the Dhamma, and they have to give in the advice, they give in the teach the Dhamma, and without any specific favor. And someone who making the monks or anybody favor for the special family, that is not fair, because monks are depend upon the devotees, everyone supporting. So other thing is nacha kuddang samachari kinchiene vinyu pari upavadeyum. That's a very good thing. something we do it with our own way, but sometimes wisely, or elders, or someone who professional person saying, or you react that thing's wrong, or react that thing some misleading, or you have your attitude is not right, someone who pointing you, and that's not good. That's why when you as a leader, when you as a teacher, or the monks, or they have to have kind of great attitude, great honorary thing. So however, the loving kindness sutta, loving friendliness manner, that's kind of specific sutta, not only for the meditation. There's a great teaching about our attitude. There's all that attitude is very helpful to for the in order to liberate from sansaric suffering, and our successful life, lay life or spiritual life, ordinary life and spiritual life, both can success having that 15, that kind of great advice. So Karaniyamita Sutta, one day, and when our Lord Buddha, when he was in Jetavana monastery, so Vasana period, monks come to the see the Buddha and receiving the advice for the Kammatthana. So they're getting the Kammatthana rules and information that how to do it, the practice. So they go practice all that 3-month retreat as a Vasana retreat. So one of that 500 monks visit to the Buddha, the Jetavana monastery, and get that advice from the Buddha, and went to the close to the Himalaya forest, somewhere nice area. They stay outdoor under the trees. So that time, and there was many devas, many there, and in that area, and there's some monks visited over there. The first day, second day, they look, they seem to be they're going to be stay, and the deva had the kind of problem when the venerable Mahasangha around there, they have difficult time as their divine life. So then they make problems for them to the monks to chase away. So they making sound and smell and bad smell and difficult meditation. They making scary. All kind of thing happened and done. And first few days they got sick because of that kind of scariness. So, however, the leader of the 500 monks, and he realized, according to information, then first first month they asked to, we can observe the second period of Vasa, go to the Jetavana monastery again, explain to our Buddha this information. They have difficult time to meditation at that forest. So then Buddha advised to them, and when you go over there, go again back to the same place, do this thing. That's what the Karaniyamita Sutta purpose to the teaching about the loving friendliness, metta meditation. They taught them to the how to practice. The Karaniyamita Sutta recite morning, evening, daytime, and all the time. They asked to chanting all the time for the Karaniyamita Sutta. So that kind of protection happened. Then all the disturbing devotee, they were divine beings supporting them monks and help them to get that spiritual path success. So because that's why the importance of our kind, compassionate, sympathetic joy and equanimity, all that things, all that attitude, loving kindness, loving friendliness, that attitude very helpful to change the world, change our attitude, change our system. So that's why we always chanting, but chanting is not good enough. but we have to keep up practice about loving kindness meditation. So meditation is a very important thing in our life, to concentrate our mind, because we are everybody busy with their job, busy with their uh, professions, whatsoever. So we have to take care of ourselves, our life, to understand how important our lifestyle. And this is why the Buddha asked the monks to prepare that loving friendliness discourse. I like to the rest of that sutta, what they mention, rather than 15 advice. And may all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, lone, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deserve another, nor despise anyone anywhere. Neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so toward all living beings, one should cultivate boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or whenever awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and inward with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures, one comes never again to birth into the womb. So that is the rest of that loving kindness thought that mentioned. That is very important to practice our life. The loving kindness thought, like the mother, only one child, how lovely take care of them. That kind of great attitude, if we can build up our inside, that may be so greatly work out very well. That's very helpful. So that's why very important to us to having that great practice, loving kindness, very important to our life. So friends, and this loving kindness sutta, loving friendliness, when we meditate, how to progress with our meditation, we can sit, we can practice, and we have to maintain our mindfulness, awareness, alertness. And there's a vipassana meditation in between. In order to get into the vipassana meditation, loving kindness meditation is very helpful to, in order to concentrate our mind. So, and that's why very important loving friendliness to practice. And when we are practicing loving friendliness, not any specific things to maintain, we have to concentrate our mind, to focus our mind and toward yourself, and with the great discipline, observing precept, and go repeat the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and maybe respect to the Buddha, and recitation about the 9 quality of the Buddha, and 8 quality of the Dhamma, 9 quality of the Sangha. And with that blessing of the triple gems, just you can sit down and proper place, and you can start your focus your mind toward your breath, and inhaling and exhaling, and then remaining calm and mindfully, and just aware about the mindfully about metta, loving kindness, loving friendliness, and love to yourself first. You have to love to yourself and your body and your mind. Then maintain your loving kindness toward to the all living being, especially your closest one, your parents, your teachers, your children, and your neighbors. Then beyond that, and all human being, divine being, visible or invisible, all kind of beings, and including nature of the trees and water and whatsoever. And we have to keep our loving friendliness to them. That is the way you can develop it entire universe. Keep that loving thought, kind thought to all living being. Even though that Brahma who protect, that is 4 sublime stages that called metta, karuna, mudita, upekha. That's 4 things very important our life to success. And someone who practice loving kindness, that effect to the practice for the keeping your mind simple. And other thing is karuna is compassionate to the all living being. And even though you cannot physically help, but you're compassionate to them. That's very great thought. Very simple way to can practice metta, karuna. Then mudita is someone who having successful, rich, healthy, wealthy, whatsoever. Someone rather than jealous, they keep them rejoice it, whatever they have it, my neighbors, my friends, my relatives, who so such and such a person successful, I rejoice it. That kind of enjoyment is very important, as called sympathetic joy. And next one is equanimity, equal to all living beings. So many beings, different attitude. So yeah, the different behavior. So that kind of being to maintain your successful things, very helpful for the maintaining your equally treat them. That is a wonderful thing. So metta, karuna, mudita, upekha, that's a 4 quality of that things, also part of our practice. So someone who having that great practice, and their life can be success, and ordinary life and spiritual life both. And that also we call very important thing is 11 kind of things we call about the result of this very life, had the 10 result, 10 things, and one of the life after death, that we call sukhang supati. Someone who practicing loving kindness meditation, he able to easy to sleep. And many people had the disorder about sleeping problem. So someone who practice really honestly with the loving friendliness practice, that can person able to sleeping very well. Sukham patibujjati. That person wake up very nicely and happily. Someone who having that kind of practice. Napapakang supinam pasati. He, she, or never ever seen bad dreams. They can have a nicely and concentrate mind, can able to sleep very well. That person also manusanam piyo hoti. That person is everybody like him very much. No any secret only that the inside, that the great loving kindness, loving friendliness, that kind of practice. That way everybody approach him without any scare. So amanusanam piyo hoti, and any uh, hungry ghost or any other devil whatsoever, and they also protect him because he's a compassionate or loving kindness person. At the same time, Devata Rakhanti, divine being, also protect him, the person who practice loving kindness meditation, loving kindness practice. So same time, he protect from the nature of disaster called Nasa Agiva Visangva Kamati. He protect from the other natural disaster or the poison or whatsoever. He can protect his life. Tuotang chittang samadhyati. That person easy to concentrate his mind faster than someone else. So mukhavanno vipasidati, his face like a flower of the lotus, that much more clear, more pleasant, more beautiful, the different atmosphere. Asamullo khalang karoti, that person who practice in their lifetime that a loving friendliness thing, he can die without unconscious. Because many people, before their death, maybe week or 2 or month, their mind is somewhere else, they don't have conscious. So someone who practice this thing is a kind of blessing, that person can sleep or die with mindfully and with the conscious. So uttaringapite vejjanto brahmalokupugo hoti, someone who and never achieved the right enlightenment, even though he is tied with that great loving friendliness, meditative attitude, he can be rebirthed as a Brahma realm, and he may have the peaceful journey to not to go to the hell. So that's why the important thing, and we can do it, and as a habit, practicing loving kindness meditation. So that's my message for this loving friendliness things. I think we may have more chance to talk our professors and everybody together. We can discuss very common sutta called Karnimita Sutta. I hope you can keep in your mind this full moon day. Great thought for the practice, loving kindness meditation. Very important, not for the chanting only, but have to have practice also. Thank you so much for your patience and listening. I wish you all the best, and please continuing, and after that we can share the merit later.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Venerable Nayaka Thero. I think it was a very useful, because especially the two areas of loving kindness and loving friendliness. And also the practice, I think that's the most important thing in all the matters of mention, the Karaniya Metta Sutta, and of course the Mangala and the Ratana Sutra that was mentioned by Venerable Nayaka Thero. So what we will do is we will have a few comments from our panelist members who are present, plus also the Q&A, where anyone who wants to clarify any questions or direct any questions could send it on Q&A. So I will first invite Venerable Nayaka Thero, Dr. Sumana Ratnayaka, who is present with us. I'm sure Venerable Thero knows him. So Dr. Sumana, maybe you would like to give a few comments or any other suggestions you have.
Thank you very much, Professor Vatola. I'm very grateful to have been invited to participate in this session. And I'm very happy that I listened to Venerable Uparatana Nayaka Thero after so many years. Of course, as Professor Vatola knows perhaps, that Venerable and I have been known to each other for more than 40 years. And we were studying at the same university, Kalani University, when we were in Sri Lanka. And also we were teaching at the same Piruvana, Vidyalankar Piruvana, for many years. And Bhante knows me at that time too, and I'm very happy that you have chosen Bhante, Brother Nayaka Thero, to give us a talk today on loving kindness and friendliness, loving friendliness and metta. As Bhante highlighted, that we should practice metta towards ourselves first and then towards others. This is a very meaningful expression by the Buddha, of course, but Bhante brought it to us through Metta Sutta, very in the simplest way possible, and in the I mean, just before I came to this session, I happened to read one discourse connected to Samyutta Nikaya, where this expression is highlighted with the expression, Bhante is very familiar with this, I am sure. Attana rakkantu parang rakkati. Parang rakkantu attanang rakkati. That is how Buddha explained that one should practice loving kindness and other qualities for oneself first, and then towards others. Then only one is qualified to spread what one practices for the world. And that particular thing, that particular teaching Buddha gave to the bhikkhus, getting an example from somebody who was good at, these acrobatic performances. One gentleman wanted to teach his disciple, named Kathalika, Med Kathalika, as I remember. And the teaching was to the student, the apprentice, should climb on a bamboo tree and land on his shoulders and so on. And then the student said, the teacher said to the student, you should you should look after myself as well as yourself when you do this. Then the student told the teacher, no, it is not the way. I will look after myself first, and then you should look after yourself. Then we protect ourselves both. So Buddha took this as an example and told bhikkhus, because you should remember this, that you should protect first yourself, and then it will be a protection for the world. As Bhante chose us the topic today, loving kindness, loving friendliness, and that particular discourse in the Samyutta Nikaya says very clearly that if one is mindful, if one establishes mindfulness with the 4 foundations of mindfulness, that will be the way to protect oneself first, so that one will be awake to oneself and the world. First, one should be awake, one should be mindful. So one is confident about his own capacity and his own practices. Then Buddha says that one could practice patience, loving kindness, compassion, and gentleness, sympathy, empathy, like qualities, so that he will protect others as well. And he or she will protect others as well. That will be the protection for others as well as oneself. So this I happened to read just before the Bhante's talk started. So I thought I should mention this because Bhante's talk highlighted this. Practicing oneself. At the Metta Sutta, the Karni Metta Sutta, the first 15 qualities, as Bhante highlighted, are meant for one's own development, one's own practice. So with that confidence, one can be well equipped with mindfulness and this friendliness, so that one can practice the good qualities, sublime qualities for the good of the world. Anyway, this is just a comment and appreciation. I'm very happy to listen to Bhante, and also have been, seeing, have been good. A close friend of Bhante, I think I should say it like that, for a long time. And I have never been to the USA yet. And hopefully I'll be visiting Bhante in a few months in
Thank you.
the new year. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Sumana.
Nayaka.
Venerable Thero, you have any comments or any on?
I'm so happy, Professor Lakshman Vatapala, and I've given the chance to this is really, really surprise to me, and he's going to be penalty, and that is, he and me study together, stay in the sharing many things in our life and education side. So I'm so glad, scholar, gentleman, I get the chance to and talk to him. It's very touchy, very wonderful. Wish him to happy and peaceful New Year for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable Thero. Deepal, you have any comments or?
Nothing much to add. I think Dr. Sumana brought in quite a beautiful perspective to bring in the importance of loving yourself. I think the difficulty to extend metta comes mostly because we are so engrossed in our own egos of self-view. I think as you reduce your self-view, and then it is easy for you to develop metta, and that's why those 16 preparatory qualities are important, because it's not the chanting that is important. It is the practice. Practice is practice of loving kindness in all situations. So I think the Bhante not only gave a very simple explanation to the Metta Sutta, but also brought the Mettanisansa Sutta factors so that it shows the real benefit of this is in this life, not life after. Thank you, Bhante, for that beautiful discourse.
Thank you, Dr. Deepa Suryarachi. It's a wonderful thing. And I want to make a little thing more. And someone who understands the Pali language, that's why Venerable Sangha, and when they recite especially for the Blessing Sutta, they have in their heart, their meaning with that, carry that with the meaning while they are chanting. That's very helpful. That's why they have the power that kind of coordinate, and with the pronunciation, all kind of thing effect. And there's a wonderful 15 things, and the beginning preparation for the spiritual path. So we have to be more helpful to our society to carry on, and the good attitude for our life to, and that's a Buddhistic way our life. And whatever society we are, not necessarily to be a Buddhist, anybody can practice. That's a great quality we have to absorb. That's why my suggestion.
Bhante, there are some questions, so I will read it out. One is from Charanjit Tabru. Venerable Sir, in life there are always many who do hurtful things by word or deeds. In that situation, how do you circumvent one's ill feelings about such people who have hurt you and still do metta bhavana?
Wonderful. Thank you, Doctor and the Professor. That's wonderful thought. And that is the experience we are receiving. That is our practice that people call Mara and effect whatsoever. And your confidence, your loving kindness, loving friendliness confidence, you can test it that way. Someone who come in negative way, they talk and irritate your mind and your feeling. That is the way you can stronger, because you need the more practice. If you feel disappointed or if you feel sad or negative, that's the time. This is the very good opportunity you receive it. You keep more practice about your loving friendliness manner. So that's why if don't have any negative or anything, we don't take a measurement our how much we have confidence about the loving kindness. So that is a very common thing happen. Everybody everywhere since morning to the evening, everything, whatever you want to, something to do, but if someone change it and do all kind of variety of thing, whatever you wish does not happening, and there's all kind of variety thing happening. So this is not your way. So that's why the world is so variety of things existing outdoor, outside of our life. So that's why you have to be very strong, very confident about your practice. That way you can take a more practice, and because you are not enough, that's why you get irritate your mind.
Thank you, Bhante. The next question is from Anoja Vijayasekara. Excellent talk, Venerable Sir. Could you please explain practical ways of practicing loving kindness towards wicked people and corrupt people who are harming others and killing innocent people? I think similar to the earlier one. I think, Bhante, you like
Yeah.
to...
Yes, Professor, that is Anuja asking the very good question. And the living this society, that kind of variety of the people we can see. And according to the Dhamma, according to our Lord Buddha's teaching Dhamma, someone who really practice, and all that variety of things popping up, no matter what, you try to keep your good behavior and good principles. That's very helpful. And even though, see the Angulimala, he came to the kill his mother or Buddha, no matter what. So the Buddha had the great compassionate, great loving kindness. So that's why, and we can conquer if really honestly someone who keeping up practicing your metta meditation. And it may be beginning may be harder, but one day it will be success. So not to worry, keep maintaining your great spiritual path, that your loving kindness practice, that you can take over all the problem. So not to worry, and maybe that entire problem we cannot to wipe it out, but still honestly you can do it. You can learn, you can earn great peace, happiness inside, and not to worry about outside. They are doing all the negative thing, let them to do it, but you just go your own path.
Thank you, Bhante. The next question is from Chandrani Hettiarachi. Metta meditation leads to Cheto Vimukti. Can you kindly explain? Teruvan Sarana.
Chandrani Hettiarachi, very good question. Cheto Vimutti, we need to liberate from our all that defilement. So our mind always engage with fire. When you see some picture that either attachment or anger or kind of feelings processing, the same 6 senses always happen in that things. So someone who having Cheto Vimutti purpose, the liberate of your mind. So that's kind of great determination, very important to keep your loving kindness, the beginning stage, step for that thing to start for liberate from samsaric suffering. So that's why we get the easy to get the confidence and maintaining your all that 5 senses, bringing all kind of negative, positive whatsoever, not to surrender with that. Try to keep your Buddha's path to maintain your peace and happiness with that loving kindness practice. That way you can liberate from when someone who practice this great method and other negative forces unable to come. So that's why eventually you become a holy person, and wholesome thought can carry on, and you have to be great determination in order to do it. Ms. Hettiarachi, you can do it that way. You can liberate from negative forces, and you can liberate from all the Cheto Vimutti. And when that liberate from samsara purpose, this is very helpful and for beginning to end.
Thank you, Venerable. Next question is from Professor Kolita Selheva. Can the benefits of the Metta Sutta be reaped only by chanting, or is it a direct consequence of the practice alone, irrespective of chanting?
Very good question. Chanting with meaningful someone is also part of your concentration, but best thing to do it, entire thing is too much for someone to meditate. So take a piece by piece and love to yourself and share the loving kindness with others. And this very simple way, I may be happy and peaceful. My parents, my relatives, including my enemies, my neighbors. So that's simple way you can start. You can keep simple way. Entire sutta to meditate very difficult. So select suitable, comfortable way. Select some part, simple part to practice. Not you don't need to entire sutta to practice, but it's just an education purpose, better to know, but make it a simple way. I will be free from suffering. My parents, my relatives, my children, my neighbors, and all living beings, including enemies. So liberate from suffering and pain. That's kind of simple way, much better than entire thing. But learning for study purpose, that's good. But with that educate, just do simple way to practice.
Thank you, Bhante. The next question is from Ananda Manage. Loving kindness, certainly marvelous practice, Bhante. We as laymen live in society with various kind of living beings. I understand kindness innermost practice, but controlling this is gigantic task. We been part of a turbulent society. Can you help how one can do practice and achieve pure loving kindness in this context?
So these days, remember the minute meditation or kind of things they're talking about it. However, at your home, your bed, morning, beginning your life, just keep that loving kindness, loving friendliness thought, just a few minutes you practice before they start the day. And end of the day also you can do it. Even though your lunch hour, just close your office and sit in your lunch table or whatsoever. Just few seconds, few minutes, just keep your loving practice. So enormous, many troubles you can reduce it, but not entire probably, but depend upon your work capacity and the site depend upon. But however, that's the best to keep up and not to give up. Just keep up your loving kindness, loving friendliness thought, very helpful to maintain your stress and can perform a proper things at your work site. So that's why very important to keep up maintaining, even though not 100% you are correct, but still you're trying to achieve, and day by day it can be more result you can get it. Just do it, and it's practical. You can practice it, see the result, that you can enjoy it.
Thank you, Bhante. The next one is from anonymous attendee. Thank you, Bhante, for a very insightful presentation. What is the difference between loving kindness and tolerance?
Tolerance is very things and kind of much patientfully and let other opinion, other faith, other actions, your exception, but same time your loving kindness, loving friendliness is you are not against to anyone. You are not worried about your enemy. You don't have any enemy because you are thinking they have their attitude. That's their opinion. That's their rules. Let them to keep up, but you keep your spiritual great kind, compassionate to the all living being. that maintain, not to disturb that your practice, and let others to have it their opinion or their things. And if something better, you can try it, but it's still your base. You put your loving kindness thought, very important to no matter what, and you with patience, but try to keep up your great habit, great practice.
Thank you, Bhante. Last question from Dhammika Jayasuriya. We have over 500,000 drug addicts in society. Refer news item today. What are the tools to rehabilitate them, as modern rehabilitations are a failure?
Very complication things and complicate the society, that thing happening. However, and we still all tools, but with the recommended this thing, and we are trying to keep up principles, basic 5 rules, 5 principles, Panchasila. Very important to behavior with the sila, because everybody need that virtues and verbal and physical behavior very well. And with depend upon that Panchasila thing, then you can kind, compassionate toward to the patient to have to work out very well. This kind of practice, no matter what, whatever complication come out, we have to do, we have to practice our loving kindness thought, and it is rather than punishing them, try to over and over try to teach them the reality and right direction, and that's the way we can training their mind to for the great path. So I know it is a very not easy path, but we have to do it.
Thank you, Bhante. Udaya Ganepola, are you there? Udaya, you like to ask any questions or comments?
No, Lakshman.
Right. Senaka, anything from your side? Senaka?
Bhante. Bhante explained the Karniyametta Sutta about 15 qualities that will be helpful for this birth, day-to-day life. He explained the Nikapa Guna, Nikapa, not to behave like a fool in front of known people as well as unknown people. That's a very good explanation how to behave in this society. And at the same time, Dr. Deepal Suryaji mentioned it's not only for this birth, but also for next birth. Is also this Metta Sutta is helpful for each and every person.
Thank you. There is one from the attendees, Manil Katugampala. I'll allow you to talk, but you have to make it brief, okay? Okay, I think... are you able to speak? Or... Sorry, I don't think I can... Okay, I think, right, it's not working, so it's okay. Kamal, are you all right to maybe to give the closing? Yeah.
It was a very interesting Dhamma talk about kindness, loving kindness and friendship by the Venerable from Maryland, and it was really interesting. Thank you very much, Bhante. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kamal. Bhante, we are very, very thankful and pay much merit to Bhante for this very useful Dhamma talk we had on loving kindness and loving friendliness. And of course, the importance of practice. I think that is really the main reason that we are in great difficulty, because very few are practicing what they preach. So I think that was a very important thing. And plus also, the importance of the Karaniya Metta Sutta and of course the Metta Sutta that will be there. So I think these are also the Mangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, because sometimes people forget the basics. I think a lot of them are going into very high-flown areas, but if you follow the basic suttas, I think all the relevant areas are mentioned. So I am very happy that Bhante brought that to our notice, that we should over and over again not only recite them, but also get the meaning and practice it. So once again, much merit to Bhante, and I must also thank Deepal Suryarachi, because he's, I think, been very close to Bhante, and the one who really arranged. I know that Bhante was away and came back, and but still kindly agreed to give this Dhamma talk. So we pay much merit to Bhante, and thank you very much, Bhante, and we do hope that Bhante's all progress in the Dhamma will be very, very successful and meaningful to the people in the USA. But I'm sure that the good thoughts that are there could also be translated to Sri Lanka. So Bhante, we will now go ahead with our balance program, that is giving
Share the
paying merit to the Devas and the departed.
Right. Thank you so much, Professor and Lakshman Vatawala and the rest of the panelists and participants, questions askers, all the listeners, and may have a wonderful, peaceful time with the accumulated all wholesome thought, deed we share with the divine being and our dearest departed beloved, our relatives. Having that thought, we recite these stanzas together. Akasatta Chabummata Deva Naga Mahiddika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirandakantu Loka Sasanang Akasatta Chabummata Deva Naga Mahiddika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirandakantu Dhamma Desanam Akasatta Chabummata Deva Naga Mahiddika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirandakantu Mamparang Idang vo nyate nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo Idang vo nyate nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo Idang vo nyate nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. May you be well, happy and peaceful. Power of the triple gems may protect you. May have a happy, wonderful New Year for all of you. Enjoy with the Dhamma, stay with the Dhamma, practice the Dhamma, stay mindfully forever. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you. Much merit to you, Bhante, and sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.